Hi students, let's start our class. Rational numbers. Under that, we'll see the integer properties of integers. Okay? The first is what? Its closure property. Now, let's see whether closure property is satisfied for integers under addition. Okay? Let's see whether closure property is satisfied under addition for integers. Now, as I told you, we'll take two integers, a as 5 and b as 7. Okay? Now, a is an integer, positive integer 5, b is another integer, positive integer 7. Now, let's add a and b. What is a plus b? A plus b is 5 plus 7, which is equal to 12. This 12 is also an integer. So, if a and b are two integers, a plus b is also an integer, which shows that closure property is satisfied for integers under addition. Okay? Next, let me show you another example with negative integers. Okay? Now, let me take a as -3 and b as -4. Right? Now, what is a plus b? A plus b is -3 plus -4. Recall what you have learnt in integers. When you add two negative integers, you have to add those two integers, 3 plus 4, 7, and you have to put the minus sign. Right? So, -3 is an integer, -4 is an integer. If you add both the integers, you will always get an integer. So, it clearly shows that closure property is satisfied for integers under addition. Okay? Now, always remember, you should be thorough with integers. Okay? Then only if you take one positive, one negative integers, all that properties you will be learning. You have learned already in your lower classes. Now, let's go for the next thing. Integers closure property under subtraction. Okay? Now, I'll be giving you two integers. Okay? Now, let a be an integer with 5 and b is an integer -7. Okay? Let a is an integer plus 5 and b is an integer -7. We are going to do the closure property under subtraction. Okay? We are going to do the subtraction. So, what is a minus b? What is 5 minus b is your -7, right? So, you might have learned in your lower classes, when you have to subtract, you have to take its additive inverse. So, -7 will become +7 and you have to add this. Right? So, how do you subtract? When you have a negative in 5 minus -7, you will do the additive inverse of -7. The additive inverse of -7 is +7. And so, this minus will become plus. So, 5 plus +7, it's 12. Plus 12. What is plus 12? Plus 12 is an integer. So, this shows that closure property is satisfied for integer under subtraction. Okay? If you want, I'll give you one more example. Okay? Now, I'll take an integer a as -3 and b as 2. Okay? Now, what is a minus b? What is minus? A is -3 minus +2. B I am taking it as +2. Okay? What is a minus +2? 3 minus +2. So, you will find out the additive inverse of plus is minus. And so, this minus will become plus. Now, you have -3 and -2. So, both integers of negative. What you will do? You will add the integers and put the minus sign. So, what is your answer? Minus 5, which is also an integer. So, what does it shows? When you subtract two integers, the result is also an integer, which makes us clear that closure property is satisfied for integers under subtraction. Okay, children? Next, we'll go for multiplication. Closure property under multiplication. Okay? Now, let me take an integer a as minus 9 and b as plus 3. Okay? Now, what is a into b? It is minus 9 into 3. What is minus 9 into 3? 9 3s are 27 and the answer is minus 27. What is minus 27? It's an integer. Okay? One more example. Now I'll give you a as plus 7 and b as minus 3. So what is a into b? 7 into minus 3. What is 7 into minus 3? It is minus 21. What is minus 21? It's also an integer. Right? So, integers are closed under multiplication. Clear, children? Okay. Now, let's go for division. Okay? Now, let's see the division of integers. Okay? Closure property of integers under division. Okay? Now, I'll give you an integer a as 5 and b as 8. Okay? A is 5 and b is 8. What is a divided by b? It's 5 divided by 8. 5 by 8. Is 5 by 8 an integer? No, not an integer. Right? 5 by 8 is not an integer. If you take one more example, your a is minus 1 and b is 3. Okay? What is a divided by b? It is minus 1 divided by 3. Minus 1 divided by 3, is it an integer? It's actually a rational number, right? So, minus 1 by 3 is not an integer. Okay, children? Minus 1 by 3 is not an integer. So, what can we understand from this? We clearly understood that integers are not closed under division. Okay? Shall we make a recall of what we learned fully? Now, integers, I'll make it clear for you. Under integers, okay, closure property. For addition, okay, addition, it's closed, right? Subtraction, it's closed. Subtraction is closed under integers. Multiplication, closure property is satisfied under multiplication, right? We found out that a into b is also an integer. And finally, under division, it's not closed. Clear? So, closure property is satisfied for integers under addition, subtraction and multiplication, whereas it is not satisfied for division. Okay, children? Next, let's go for the rational numbers closure property. Okay? Now we are thorough with whole numbers property and integers property. Now we have come to our topic, rational numbers closure property. Okay? Now let's see whether the closure property is satisfied for addition first. Okay? Now let me take a rational number a as 1 by 3 and b as 4 by 3. A is 1 by 3 a rational number. B is another rational number 4 by 3. Now I am going to add what is A plus B. So it's nothing but 1 by 3 plus 4 by 3. So when you have the same denominator, just write it like that and add only the numerators. So what is 1 plus 4? It's 5. What is 5 by 3? It's also a rational number. Okay. So if A is a rational number, B is a rational number, A plus B is also a rational number. Okay. If you have some different denominators, A is 1 by 2 and B is 1 by 4. When you are adding A plus B, you have to take the LCM of the denominators. Okay. I'll be giving you tricks how to find the LCM in an easiest way. If 2 and 4 are the denominators and if 2 is a factor of 4, the biggest number will be the LCM. Okay. I'll be having a separate class on easy way to find out the LCM. Now, 2 and 4, that 4 is LCM, right? Now, you have learned LCM already. So, it is 2 plus 4 ones are 4. So, 1 ones are 1. So, what is A plus B? A plus B is 2 plus 1. It's 3 by 4, which is also a rational number. So, if you take any two rational numbers and add the rational number, the result is also a rational number, which clearly states that closure property is satisfied under addition for rational numbers. Okay, children? Next, we'll go for subtraction of rational numbers. Okay? Now, I'll give you example. Let's take two rational numbers. Okay? We'll do the closure property of rational numbers under subtraction. Now, I'll take a rational number A as minus 1 by 2 and B as 1 by 5. Right? Now, what is A minus B? Okay? It's minus 1 by 2 minus of 1 by 5. Here also your integer comes. Okay? Everywhere integer is very important. So, what is minus 1 by 2? Now, this plus will become additive inverse minus 1 by 5 plus minus 1 by 2 plus minus 1 by 5. You have to take, the denominators are different. So, you have to take the LCM of 2 and 5. So, the LCM is 10. So, minus 1 into 5 and minus 1 into 2. Okay, I am doing it in a fast way. Hope you understand how I got the LCM and added. So, minus 5 plus minus 2. Right? So, what will you get? It's minus 5 plus minus 2. It's minus 7. Minus 7 by 10, which is a rational number. Okay? Hope it's clear. A minus B. I've taken a rational number A as minus 1 by 2 and B as 1 by 5. So, if I am subtracting minus 1 by 2 minus 1 by 5, what do? I'll change it as additive inverse. So, minus will become, this plus will become minus and minus will become plus, right? Additive inverse of plus 1 by 5 become minus 1 by 5. So, minus 1 by 2 plus minus 1 by 5. Now, I take the LCM of 2 and 5. Hope you all know all the LCMs, 2 and 5. So, it's not divisible by any number, it's only by 1. So, your 1 into 2 into 5. So, your LCM is 10. Hope you know all this, right? So, LCM is 10. So, what will I do? 2 I have to make it 10 means I have to multiply with 5. Minus 1 into 5 is minus 5. 5 into 2 is 10. So, minus 1 into 2, it's minus 2. Now, what is minus 5 plus minus 2? It's add and put the negative sign. Minus 7 by 10, which is a rational number. So, what does it shows? Rational numbers are closed under subtraction. Closure property is satisfied for rational numbers under subtraction. Okay, children? Now, next we'll go for multiplication. Okay? Now take two rational numbers, okay, and multiply them. Closure property of rational numbers under multiplication. Okay. Now I'll take a rational number A as 1 by 3 and B as minus 1 by 4. Okay. A is 1 by 3 and B is minus 1 by 4. Now what is A into B? What is A into B? 1 by 3 into minus 1 by 4. So what will you get? 1 into minus 1 is minus 1 and 3 into 4 is 12. So what is your product? A into B is 1 by 3 into minus 1 by 4. So your answer is minus 1 by 12, which is a rational number. Right? So what do you infer from this? When A and B are two rational numbers, the product is also a rational number. You can take any example and check by yourself. Okay, since it's multiplication, it will be more easy for you. Only for subtraction, I have given you more. So this multiplication is more easy. So 1 by 3, you will get the answer minus 1 by 12, which is also a rational number, which shows that rational numbers are closed under multiplication. Okay. Now, next we'll go for division. Okay. You always practice more and more, children. All the closure properties are under whole numbers, under integers and under rational numbers. You have to practice more questions. Okay. Then even you can do the natural numbers, whether it's closure property satisfied, addition, subtraction, multiplication, division, all that you have to do by yourself and practice. Okay. Now let's see the closure property of rational numbers under division. Okay. Now I'll take an integer A as 1 by 2 and B as 1 by 5. Right? Now how will I divide A divided by B? It is 1 by 2 divided by 1 by 5. You might have learnt in your lower classes, how do you change this division? Okay? How do you change this division? This division, you will find out the reciprocal of 1 by 5. Reciprocal of 1 by 5 is writing the numerator, you will write the numerator above, reciprocate like this. This division you will change to multiplication. Okay? Hope you remember all. So, what is A divided by B? 1 by 2 divided by 1 by 5. So, it's 1 by 2. Reciprocal of 1 by 5 is 5 by 1. And so, you will get 1 into 5 is 5. And 2 into 1 is 2. 5 by 2, it's a rational number. But, see, when I take an example like this, A is 1 by 2 and your B is 0. You know 0 is a rational number, right? Because we have learned 0 is a rational number, right? Because 0 can be written as 0 by 1. So if I take A is 1 by 2 and B is 0, what is A divided by B? Okay. So it's 1 by 2 divided by 0. Any number divided by 0 is not defined. Okay. Any number divided by 0 is not defined, so it's not a rational number. Okay. So, which makes us understand that rational numbers are not closed for division. It's closed for division when you take any other rational numbers other than 0. But if you take a rational number 1, a rational number 0, then it's not closed. So, generally we say that closure property is not satisfied for division. Okay. Let's sum up all the above, all the previous classes. Okay, under closure property. Now, closure property. Okay. For whole numbers, then integers and rational numbers. Okay. Under addition, okay, under addition, subtraction, multiplication and division. Okay. Now, whole numbers are closed under addition? Yes. Whole numbers are closed under subtraction? No. Whole numbers are closed under multiplication? Yes. Whole numbers are closed under division? No. Now, for integers, whole numbers are closed integers are closed under addition? Yes. Integers are closed under subtraction? Yes. Integers are closed under multiplication? Yes. Integers are closed under division? No. Now, for rational numbers, closure property is satisfied for addition? Yes. Closure property is satisfied for subtraction under rational numbers? It's yes. Closure property is satisfied in rational numbers under multiplication? Yes. Is it satisfied for division? No. Okay, children, this is very important point. Learn this thoroughly. Now, let's wind up today's class with the closure property. Have a thorough knowledge of it. Go through the videos again. If you have any doubts. Okay, let's come up fresh